I'm very upset with you. Very, very upset. I thought we had things going.
Sorry, Judge.
I thought we had things going right. You know, you've been doing well. And now you've got this bond violation where you're doing whatever the hell you want to do again. Don't work like that. And I don't know what I need to do to get your attention that at this stage in your life, it's not about what you want to do. It's about complying with bond conditions. We have literally bent over backwards to try to help you with things, and you continue to shoot yourself in the foot. Your lawyer, Miss Hawkins, wants to plead you guilty now because you have a warrant. I'm done with this revolving door of you picking up a case and getting out. Picking up a case, getting out. You now, Mr. Waters, have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
God, man.
All right, folks, let's jump right into it. We open up in the middle of a tense courtroom scene. The judge is clearly angry, the defendant looks frustrated, and a serious bond violation has just wrecked whatever trust was left. I'm very upset with you, the judge says, and you can tell he means every word. This wasn't some minor slip-up. The defendant didn't just break the rules, they made a choice. A bad one. And now, the judge has had enough. He's no longer willing to be patient or forgiving. Sympathy? Gone. Second chances? Over.
That's Kev. I'm gonna fight for my life, man. That's Kev, man. I've been by my baby mama's side, man. Been taking care of everything I gotta take care of, man. That's Kev, man.
Mr. Waters, look at me.
That's Kev, man.
Mr. Waters, you don't get rewarded for doing things that you should do anyways.
You know what I gotta do?
Meaning, what you're doing is great, and it keeps you out of jail. But do you want me to pat you on the back for doing what you should be doing anyways?
I ain't asking. Man, I ain't asking. I'm just asking you, like, just give me a little more time. I've been doing these jobs. I've been going through the whole packet. I've been going to these hospitals with my girl, going to go check up on our little one that's coming, and I want to be there.
If you are old enough to have a baby, then these are the things that you should do anyways. You don't get rewarded for being a good father. The reward is that you have a kid that grows up like a little flower that blossoms, right? Because there are so many people that have babies that treat their kids like shisa, and they end up like rotten-ass kids that, like a flower, are just crooked. And just, when you're a father, the duty of a father is to stand by the side of their kid.
Let's be honest. This isn't about earning praise. The defendant tries to defend himself, saying he's been doing the right things, standing by his partner, preparing for fatherhood. But the judge isn't moved. You don't get credit for doing what you're supposed to do, the judge says. And he's right. Being a responsible parent, a supportive partner, a decent person, that's the basic standard, not something you get rewarded for. This hearing isn't about sympathy. It's a reality check. You either take responsibility or face the consequences.
Stand by the side of the wife to make their lives as comfortable, as great, educational, and supportive as possible. That is the duty of a father, right? If you can't, then don't have kids. Then be a man to use a prophylactic, or think, maybe I'm not in the best position right now to have a baby. You think before you act. This is the sign of being an adult, of being mature, and growing up, Mr. Waters. But me, with you now, I'm not going to just continue with this revolving door. You've been doing well because you've not picked up any cases, which is great, right?
And I have not been doing nothing. I have not been kicking her. I have been at that store.
So tell me about the curfew then. What's up with that?
Okay, with the curfew, I can understand. Me and my girl, we got into it, and I ended up walking out, trying to go get some fresh air. Was not thinking. I can admit to that, and I'm sorry. The hormone going crazy with us, and we trying to, fight and get right with this.
I
But
need to know about this.
I'm trying to. I can't talk. Y'all be telling me I can't talk, and I be having.
I've given you a lawyer to talk to.
And I told her everything. So she can come and tell you and let you know. Keep stuff updated. Sir, I've been out the way. I ain't been on no lollygagging stuff. I'm really maturing. I'm ready to be a dad.
Working.
I'm ready for this.
If you want the truth, here it is. The defendant's story starts to come out. Missed curfews, arguments at home, and stress running high. Then come the excuses. I just needed some air, he says. We were in the middle of a fight. But the courtroom isn't about excuses, it's about responsibility. He insists he's staying out of trouble, growing up, getting ready to be a father. But saying the right things doesn't mean much. Real growth shows in what you do, not what you say. And right now, his actions are telling a completely different story, one of poor judgment and immaturity.
Well, I'm doing a little something on the side. I ain't doing no drug, no none of that. I'm, volunteering with my girl dad now.
Why can't can you not get a 9-to-5 job?
With my 9 to 5, I gotta have my ID and stuff, and I'm working with search my housing people. They got me my apartment. They finna give me my social security card and my ID card, and that's all I need, so I can go ahead and get on.
Second, were we working on this?
Yeah, so first he was with Search to just get housing. At first they didn't have housing, so he has an apartment and everything now. I'm not sure like the step by step how everything progresses, but he does still work with them. I've actually spoken with his officer, your case manager. He also had a social worker assigned with MAC. They were informed that he is working with Search, so they just kind of check in here and there, but they won't like also work with him because he's also working with Search, but they'll just make sure things are okay. So he is still working with Search and has a case manager with them. And has housing now. I wasn't aware of the ID issues or anything.
Not being telling send the application.
What we're going to do now is we're going to work on this in extremely.
Now pay attention. The judge makes it crystal clear. No ID, no job, no more excuses. He gives the defendant 1 week to get proper identification. That's the deadline. This isn't about giving out more chances. It's the final one. If you're about to become a father, then it's time to step up and take responsibility. Real men don't run from it. They face it head on. No more side gigs that don't pay the bills. No more distractions. It's time to get a real job, earn a real income, and build a future. Because if he doesn't, this whole situation is about to fall apart. Fast.
Slow baby steps. I want you now to go get your ID. I want you to get your ID. And I'm going to give you a week for you to go get it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you are not back here in a week with your ID, it's not going to go well. After we get your ID, then you and I are going to work together to get you a job. A 9-to-5 job where you're working every single day. Because if you are about to have a baby, that baby needs food, that baby needs clothes, and the only way you get that is by working. And I'm not talking about these side jobs here, no, an actual J-O-B. Do you understand? I'm going to reinstate your bond right now with the expectation that you're going to get your ID. If you don't, it's really not going to go well.
Thank you, Judge.
This is Mr. Levine. No, Mr. Franklin.
All right, here's where it all blows up. Mr. Franklin steps into the courtroom, and just like that, everything changes. He's now facing aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. After all the progress, he walks in like a ticking time bomb. You can feel the disappointment in the room. The judge doesn't even try to hide it anymore. "I really thought you were turning things around," he says, but now that trust is gone. Whatever hope there was, it's vanished. And what's left is a serious charge that could land him behind bars for decades.
I'm sorry, sir.
After all that we've gone through.
This is
Gone through the trying, the this, the that,
like,
and now you've picked up an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? Don't talk about the case, Mr.
She's the
Franklin.
prosecutor.
The only thing is,
Yes.
I cannot express my disappointment. I really thought that you and I were like reaching together.
we were, and we really are. My family's working against me. They trying to take my SSI check and stuff. I haven't done anything. This is my 35th year. I haven't done nothing.
So look, I don't even know what happened. I want to know. So he picked up an ag assault with that. What happened? Please, just don't say anything, please. I just want to know what happened or why they're saying what happened. Okay.
On March 17th, 2025, at approximately 5:48 p.m., officers were dispatched with an aggravated assault call of a resident in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officers met with the complainant, who stated they are a resident in a group home. The complainant stated that the defendant is a person they have known for 3 weeks. The complainant stated the defendant arrived at the group home around 5:38 p.m. and knocked on the front door multiple times, cussing at another resident due to them not opening up the front door fast enough.
The situation keeps getting worse. The defendant pleads for understanding. "My own family is against me," he says. "They're taking my check." His frustration sounds genuine, but it's overshadowed by the consequences of his actions. The report is read out loud. A fork mistaken for a knife, leading to a violent charge and a terrified victim. This isn't just a mix-up, it's a full-blown disaster. And in the middle of it all, lives are being torn apart. Tensions rise, emotions flare, and the legal system begins to close in with no room left to run.
The complainant stated the defendant continued yelling, cursing, and talking down to the resident. So the complainant tried to talk the defendant down. The defendant stated to the complainant that he was going to fuck him up, then went to his bedroom. The defendant took a hold of a fork which the complainant believed was a knife and pointed it at the complainant. The complainant asked if he was going to get stabbed, and the defendant charged at the complainant. The complainant stated they feared for serious bodily injury or death. The complainant ran and locked themselves in their motor vehicle and called the police. While waiting for the police in the vehicle, the defendant was still threatening to kill the complainant and was kicking the vehicle.
Wow. I just came from Food Town and I went back home to eat. I was at the door, I knocked.
Stop. Just the problem is that there are some people in this life, Shaisa is always happening to them for some reason. Always. This, that, this. It's always happening. It's always happening. Don't matter where you go. I'm always stepping in, you know?
I'm not a violent person.
Your history says.
No, I'm not a violent person. I'm an SSI patient. I've been dealing with this stuff all my life. Soon as they get my name
The only thing
to use my social.
The only thing I'm going to say is that, you know.
Here's the bottom line. No sugarcoating it. You can't outrun your past. No matter how many excuses you bring up, your record says it all. Assault, anger issues, unstable behavior. And now, a mental health evaluation is on the table. The judge isn't looking for more stories. He wants answers. Something just isn't adding up. "I don't want to see you end up with a 40-year sentence," he warns. But if nothing changes soon, that's exactly where this path is heading. Straight to a prison cell and a life cut off from everything.
It's time to do some deep reflection. You know, it really is time Because the thing is that I don't want you to end up with a 40-year sentence, man, because of the no self-control. I really thought we had something. I'm just so disappointed, man.
I don't know. I'm the one that's been did wrong. Just, I don't care no more.
So look, I got to revoke your bond, man.
I
So
don't know why.
Because you picked up a felony.
I'm doing everything I can do. It's people out there doing hate cases, hate crimes, all towards people like me. All I'm trying to do is just get my home back. They took it from me. Everything. This stuff is happening against me. I'm not assaulting people. I never assault people.
The problem is that while this case is open, we can't do anything in here anyways. What I'd like to do is have you evaluated to see how we go forward, because I just don't know.
A lot of this stuff was false. All of this stuff is false, so it's me.
We're going to have to wait for it to play out. I hope, Mr. Franklin, but I don't know. I got to wait to see the evidence and see what happens.
Well, you can't just send me to a psych ward unit or something while all of this is going on.
First, I have to have you evaluated, but I can't do that until the felonies are
This is
worked
not
out.
making no sense. This is my 35th year, and I have to keep dealing with this stuff.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna revoke it. I'll set it at 5,001. All right, Mr. Franklin, I just don't want you to have any weapons, and just don't pick up any new cases, man.
Final words, final straw. Mr. Franklin keeps trying to explain himself, but it's too late. His bond is revoked, reset at $50,001. The judge has heard enough. The gavel's about to fall, and this courtroom is done listening. There's no more room for excuses or second chances. What could have been a shot at turning things around is now a tough lesson written in stone. Because in this system, you either step up or you fall. And when you fall, no one's there to catch you.